Love to Go's Reviews. You suggested, I review it, and welcome back to the Road to Christmas. Today we're continuing on this road by taking a look at Home Alone 2, Lost in New York from 20th Century Fox.
Hiya, pal.
Deck the halls with Marv and Harry.
Yes.
Make their Christmas not so merry. Give them bricks and give them riches. One more Christmas in the trenches. Toss some paint cans down to greet them. Send the toolbox down to meet them. Serve the nails for Christmas dinner. Kevin is declared the winner.
May I do the thinking, please? Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. You wearing aftershave? That's kerosene. Now, why would anybody soak a rope in kerosene? Merry Christmas.
So Home Alone 2, Lost in New York was released 2 years after the first film, and it picks up 2 years after the first film as Kevin, once again, is not having a great Christmas with his family. However, unlike last time, where he gets left at home by himself, this time he accidentally gets on the wrong plane as his family is going on a trip to Miami. But Kevin gets on the wrong plane and ends up all by himself in New York City. Things don't get much better when Harry and Marv return after breaking out of prison and plan to rob Duncan's toy chest, a toy store in New York. So, will Kevin be able to stop Harry and Marv from robbing Duncan's toy chest, along with basically doing everything else he wants to do? Even though he already got to do everything he wanted to do in the first movie. Never mind, we'll get to that. So, Home Alone 2 Lost in New York. A lot of people really don't like this film because, for some reason, the main reason everybody disregards this movie is because it repeats everything that the first movie did. And while I can see, yeah, that's pretty weird, but I think it's better to have a sequel where you're familiar with everything than have a sequel where you don't really know where everything is different. But yeah, because everything's from everything's the same as the last film, that means the entire cast returns. Macaulay Culkin, Joe Pesci, Daniel Stern, the entire cast. Also, Chris Columbus came back to direct, John Hughes came back to write, John Williams came back to score, and basically everyone from involved in the first film returned. Now there are a few things that are newer this time around. For example, when Kevin stays at the Plaza Hotel in New York, and some of the staff members are Tim Curry, who for some reason acts like a snooty hotel member out to get Kevin, trying to prove that he's not spending Christmas with his family. And then one of the bellhops, played by Rob Schneider. And the joke is he doesn't get tipped actual money, he just keeps getting tipped gum. Now, again, they do repeat gags from the first movie, such as Kevin using Angels with Filthy Souls, making it look like someone else with him, eating junk food, and also, of course, the traps. Now, where the first film's traps just gave mild injuries that would continue to live throughout Harry and Marv's life, this film's traps will kill you. For example, Marv gets electrocuted, and Harry, well, watch. Kids, you might want to go play outside for a bit. Yeah. Come, bring him in. No, we're not going to need a body bag. Bring a vacuum cleaner. Nose and internal organs won't be in use to anyone. Okay, need a hand? No, I'm not asking to help. I'm saying, do you want a hand? It's the only piece of it that's still intact. But with that said, the slapstick is still pretty funny. Yes, it's more violent than the first film, But I think that's what I think with the movie like Home Alone, you want to always up the traps and up the violence, so it'll be a lot funnier. Now, once again, there are some new characters. Like, for example, instead of Old Man Marley this time, we have this pigeon lady, who apparently has her own tragic past. And of course, they have to go through that whole thing where Kevin sees a creepy old person that seems creepy, but then turns out they're a nice person. I think that trend does continue for the next few films, except for 5, I believe. With all that said, Home Alone 2: Lost in New York, pretty good follow-up. Is it a perfect sequel? No. Do I wish that sometimes they didn't copy everything that the first movie did? Oh yeah. But I think that's what makes it a good sequel, the familiarity of it. But join me next time where we take a look at one of 3 Downhill. I'll see you then. Bring Yuletide alcohol.